This is Los Angeles, California. With 468 square miles of bustling streets and historical landmarks, it is the largest city in California.
Second to that is San Diego, clocking in at 325 square miles of beaches, scenic views, and quaint neighborhoods.
The third largest city in California is, well, a bit of an oddity. Hi, I'm Drew, and that's Bethany.
Welcome to California City. It ranks as the third largest city by landmass in the Golden State, but something is missing: the city itself.
What caused this potential metropolis to become a skeleton of streets? Find out as we explore California City, right here on Oddity Odysseys. Where are we?
I don't know, we're lost. There's nothing here, and yet we still managed to get lost.
Like a zombie apocalypse out here. Where should we explore first? You can see for miles when there's no buildings.
California City lies about 100 miles north of Los Angeles by way of Route 14 to California City Boulevard. Since the city covers a 200 square mile area, we don't have a singular destination in mind, but the first area we want to have a look at is called Galileo Park.
Galileo Park.
We have no idea what we've gotten ourselves into. They had Galileo Park kind of as the hub.
And that's where we're trying to get to.
Yeah, there's a lot happening here that we weren't expecting. And the gates are open. Well, kind of. This is...
I'm not sure this is open as much as it is fallen over.
It's accessible. I just hope there's no one else at the top, because that would freak me out.
Yeah, it'd be pretty crazy if we got up there and there's like a party of 300 people.
Oh, hey guys, we're here to party at California City. Watch out for the creature.
That's a roadrunner. Hey, he finally decided to fly away. Good for you. Meep, meep. Oh, but I think we're gonna get some pretty sick views from up here.
This is as high as we can go.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen a prettier view of nothing.
So we're making our way to the top of the hill to kind of get a better idea of what we're about to explore.
Right.
So this view is said to be the inspiration for developer Nat Mendelson and what kicked off his California City dream.
Born in 1915, Mendelson dipped his toes into many different careers, including being a teacher, lecturer, and an economic specialist. But Mendelson always had an interest in land development. In his 20s, he owned a development company that converted abandoned army barracks into beautiful, livable homes, and they're still around today.
In 1956, Mendelson gravitated to the Mojave Desert after taking an interest in the M&R Ranch and thinking it had the potential to expand. Rumor has it that Nat Mendelson took a walk on this hill, which he called Galileo Hill, and had a vision or a prophecy of a bustling city in the heart of the desert. It's a nice view. So by 1958, Mendelson formed the California City Development Company and got to work on bringing his vision to life, a vision that didn't quite come to pass.
Yeah, I think he's missing the city. Well, you know, it's a nice hill and the streets are paved. It seems like it would have been a really nice park if only there were some trees and people to enjoy them. Most of these streets out here were never paved.
I am seeing like one or two street signs.
They're vertical. Like, they're not the typical green street signs that we're all familiar with.
Well, no, I think they were markers.
Signs.
They were supposed to be at one point.
Well, despite all of these empty streets that we're casually strolling across, there are actually quite a few people that live in California City. 14,000 people live here. They've got a bar, they've got a hotel, they even have an airport, although it's pretty empty. Mendelson's idea came during a time when existing cities like New York and Los Angeles were becoming more polluted, overpopulated, and crime-ridden. California City was intended to be a breath of fresh air for urban life.
The plan was set in motion. Mendelson wanted it all for his metropolis: rows of homes, an airport, a golf course, and his own Central Park.
Welcome to Central Park. After purchasing this 80,000 acre area, Mendelson had to figure out how to get water to California City. The city center was built on the eastern side of the city, but the aquifer was on the western side. So the California City Development Company shelled out a lot of money to build out water infrastructure.
This artificial lake was an oasis during its prime, but as you can see, it's not quite the caliber that Mendelson was expecting.
Now might be a good time to backtrack a little and discuss the rise and fall of California City.
Yep, time to get into the controversy of what happened to California City.
Mendelson lived by the motto, if you build the city, the people will come. But cities aren't just willed into existence.
By 1965, California City was starting to take shape with close to 600 residents. This is when the California City Development Company decided to formulate a plan to fund the city that would become an elaborate scheme. Welcome to the lovely Silver Saddle Ranch and Club entrance.
Nobody here to welcome us.
How are we supposed to get parking? We're not sure.
Huh, interesting.
So Mendelson had an army of salesmen who advertised real estate training courses in the local newspapers. At these courses, they told unsuspecting attendees that there was a lot of money to be made in selling this land. The idea was you buy a piece of land and make your money back tenfold by referring friends and family to buy land here as well.
Land with nothing on it.
Land with nothing on it and land that was never developed.
In 1971, Ralph Nader and his team exposed the land development scheme in Politics of Land. The report said, Mendelson isn't trying to sell land, and the public isn't really buying the land. They're engaged in a grand illusion of creating wealth. Mendelson has perfected the art of turning desert dust into gold, but only for himself. Shortly after, the FTC began an investigation, and their findings concluded that the sales were fraudulent. So they threatened Mendelson, saying, you gotta stop selling these false claims to people or we're gonna come after you. But he kept selling, and people kept buying. 73,000 people, in fact. Are we at a golf course?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Clearly hasn't been used in a while. Did we bring our putters? Despite the Federal Trade Commission mandating disclaimers of uncertain land value and the death of Mendelson in 1984, the California City Dream continued to be sold after being picked up by Silver Saddles Ranch. However, after 60 years, the land profit scheme halted when the California Department of Financial Protection filed a lawsuit against Silver Saddle and shut it down completely.
It's easy to see miles and miles of dusty roads, empty cul-de-sacs, and bent-over street signs and think, that's all there is to California City. But there's more than that. This small town, in the ghost footprint of a large city, is the keeper of tales of financial ruin and fractured dreams. And there you have it. The blueprint of roads is etched in the sand and remains under the vibrant sun of California City.
Hey, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to click the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up while you're at it. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm.
For now, we're heading back to the more paved roads of California. So, thanks for watching. Oh hey, we have some lost California City residents over here. Why are there so many sheep?
They're not fenced in or anything.
What?
Do these belong to somebody?
Did they escape?
Are they going to cross the road?
They're very patient. They're looking both ways too.
Are they waiting for me?
Yeah, they're waiting.
Oh, they're going to cross, okay.
That's like, oh, they're so cute.